Well, through the power of democracy, I finally have a new camera, which means I could finally do this. I'm still trying to decide if it was worth it. Welcome back to the light side of the internet. There are too many generations out there, and for some reason, every single one has beef with the other. We have boomers facing off against millennials, Gen Z facing off of millennials, Gen Alpha facing off with Gen Z. Hey mom, are there any other generations? Yeah, I got boomers. Yeah, I got millennials. Yeah, the skibbity generation. Yeah, of course I got me. That's all of them, right? Okay. Okay, cool. I love you too, Mom. So that seems to be all.
Gen X, rise.
Ma'am, this is a spirit Halloween. Please put the makeup back where you found it. Over the past couple of weeks, Gen X has taken up arms against their longtime enemies and children, Gen Z. And I, for one, have a ton of questions. Questions like, why is Gen X so angry at Gen Z? Why is Gen X's leader a glorious Viking cosplayer? And who is Gen X? That is a real question. I have never heard of them. And that's a question that today's sponsor, Perplexity, can help us with. There is a lot of AI models out there today. You have to choose between ChatGPT, Claude 3.5, Sonnet, Opus. I'm pretty sure I'm just making up words at this point. What if instead of having to choose between all of those AIs, you had one system that gets you access to all of them? Perplexity is an online tool that not only helps you research your topics, but also presents the data in a clean and presentable format with sources cited. Through October 21st, Uber One users in the US and Canada can redeem a complimentary year of Perplexity Pro. That is a $200 value. In addition to benefits across Uber and Uber Eats, members can now access unlimited use of Perplexity's answer engine, which provides conversational answers to questions rather than a list of hyperlinks, and learn more about any topic in an engaging format, such as who invented the hamburger, what is the largest fast food restaurant in Canada, and who the heck is Gen X? See? It's basically a perfectly cited essay on its own. Uber One members can benefit from other features like Perplexity Pro Search, with the ability to break down queries into smaller steps, allowing for more comprehensive and accurate searches. Pro users can also select their model between Claude 3 and GPT-4o. Thank you to Perplexity for sponsoring today, and let's get back to the video. Gen X is the generation that followed baby boomers, which means they have all the benefits of lead poisoning and absent parents without all of the dangerous side effects of things like therapy and strict FDA regulations. Now, usually I'm against roasting any generation unless they're millennials, but today I'm feeling a little zesty. I'm in a canceling mood today. I feel like fucking with Gen X.
Millennial here, and as an elder, I'd love to give Gen Z a little tiny piece of advice. You can screw with boomers, they might not even find your video. You can screw with millennials, we're too burnt out and tired to really care anymore. And you can mouth off to Gen Alpha because they're children, what the hell are they gonna do? But under no circumstances do you fuck with Gen X. Think of them like a hibernating bear.
The funny thing is, bears are only really scary if they're actually capable of fucking you up. And I have to admit, Gen X doesn't really have the best track record here. The greatest generation is like a polar bear. They had World War II, they had Korea, they are deadly, and you won't even know what hit you. Baby boomers, as much as we like to make fun of them, are like grizzlies. They had Vietnam, the civil rights movement, massive societal and economic change. They are grizzled veterans. Millennials are like the black bears, mostly harmless, but they did take a double financial crisis in the prime of their earning year, and so they still had it rough. Gen X's biggest problem is that they had to drink out of a water hose.
If you grew up in Generation X, you have no recollection of drinking water. You could not go to the store in the 70s or 80s and buy a bottle of water. No, nobody would pay for water. This is why hose water tasted so good to us, because it was the only time we didn't have restrictions on how much water we could drink.
It's not nothing. but it wasn't D-Day.
But don't poke the bear, because if you do and you wake them up, millennials are gonna step back, part like the sea, let them walk right through us straight to you. We will not help, because there will be no safe spaces.
You Gen Zers better watch out. We will have no mercy. You will have nowhere to hide. What is that?
There will be no political correctness. It will be an everything goes, all out, fight to the death, and they will win.
Okay, so what exactly will this fight to the death really look like? What are these threats that timber my shivers? What happens when we poke the bear?
Gen X rise.
That's it? That's what Gen Z has to be afraid of? All of them are rising up, but what are they rising up for? Usually when you rise up, you're rising up to do something. You don't just rise up and then what?
Not
We're gonna
throwing away
rise
my
up.
shot. I am
We're gonna
not throwing
rise
away
up.
my shot.
We're gonna rise up, rise
Time
up.
to take a shot.
Rise up, rise up. Okay, we rose. Now what? I don't really know. Guys, oh my god. I can't stop rising. Guys, I'm not stopping rising. Ah!
We ride at dawn. The millennials gave us the green light.
If you ride at dawn, Gen X, then we will meet you in force. Because we shall also ride at dawn. Because we also work an office job and traffic is terrible, and that's the only way I'm gonna get my stretches, my workout, and my overnight oats in before I clock into my accounting job. You see, as much as Gen X likes to clown on Gen Z, we're actually surprisingly similar in a lot of ways. We both grew up in an era of massive technological change. We both have generational names named after Pokemon games. And we both have no idea how to turn a Word document into a PDF file. The only real difference between us is that we had reverse osmosis drinking water as kids, and y'all had forward osmosis hose water as kids, which I actually do want to touch more on this, because Gen X frequently uses this as evidence of their tough childhoods.
Yes, the garden hose, of course, yes, we drank from it. You see, in our times, we weren't actually permitted in the household because that's where the grown-ups lived. And we, of course, were children. We lived in this feral world called the outside. Many children today don't understand how this outside works. Most have never actually seen it except for to go to the car and back into the house. But it is a magical place, yes, but it is a hot place as well. And we would have to experience that of drinking from the water hose.
First off, I know where the outside is, okay? It's this thing. It's this thing right here, on the other side of that glass. It's really bright, there's no ceiling, and the sun is really, really loud. So don't go telling us Gen Zers that we don't know what the outside is like, because obviously we've been out there. Don't you dare open that window. Second off, as much as I do want to feel bad for them for only being able to drink out of hose water as kids, I feel like it would be a lot easier to feel bad for them if they didn't keep doing it.
Gen X, probably drinking from the hose since 1977, y'all.
Kids these days have it so easy. Back in my day, we didn't have escalators to carry us up. Sure, I agree with that, but why are you still taking the stairs over the escalator? Because if I take the escalator, I'll have nothing to base my superiority complex off of. That seriously just sounds like a you problem. How dare you? Just wait till we rise up. In 2 to 5 business days. So why is Gen X launching this preemptive attack on Gen Z? Why could they possibly be angry at us? What could they possibly lack that we have? Besides parents who are present and 24/7 access to AC and clean drinking water and mental health support systems, you know, I kind of get it now. So apparently this had something to do with Eminem's new album, where in the song Trouble, released a little bit ago, he takes a couple jabs at blind people, quadriplegic people, deaf people, and handicapped people, finishing off the line with, "You gonna cancel me? Yeah, Gen Z me." Bruh. And honestly, as someone with family who has some of these afflictions, all I have to say to that is, do you really think this stuff bothers us at all? We grew up with Reddit copy pastas. We grew up with Fortnite lobbies. We listened to Tyler, the Creator.
Me and Rocky cuddle and watch Smack DVD. I don't cuddle. I be licking the braids like.
I love you, man. But more recently, it just seems like you're yapping and babbling and capping it. Trapped in a Cabbage Patch traffic and laughs again. What's happening? No mentions, tapping them trailer park anthems, clapping whack antonyms instead of strapping the rapping him? I know Funky already made the same joke, but it was funny, and if you don't like it, you can go ahead and Gen Z me, bro. The point is, no. Gen Z has no desire to cancel Eminem just because of this song. In fact, I've seen more TikToks of Gen X rising up to fight Gen Z for canceling M than of Gen Z actually canceling M. The only TikTok that I actually saw canceling Eminem was literally AI.
Breaking news as Gen Z is canceling Eminem. For those who don't know, Eminem dropped a new album and Gen Z is not liking it. In the album, Eminem says very controversial things in which have triggered the Gen Z community. The top comments in Eminem's TikTok are, "You are officially canceled. Your album says awful thing about disabled people and the LGBT+ community, and that is not okay." And this person commented, "You went too far on this album, and you are very disrespectful."
Yo, you know the dead internet theory? The theory where 90% of the internet's activity is just bots fighting bots? What if it was just Gen X fighting bots? Wait, are we the bots? Get ready with me while I go through my very human day doing human activities. I start the day off by brushing my mouth bones. I then move to eat very human food like chicken embryos and grains mixed with yeast. I then consume very human content on TikTok. When I see Eminem, I go, "This is very disrespectful," even though we all know that this is just a bit meant to bring back the old style of Eminem, being a callback to when he said very controversial things about certain marginalized groups, which is actually a very common accepted norm in hip-hop and rap. Despite the fact that we Gen Zers know this and consider this purely entertainment, I will forego all of these factors and initiate Protocol Z. Consider yourself canceled. First of all, you definitely real and human being. How fucking dare you? So, now that we have our team assembled, we have Water Hose Lady, we have Temu Obi-Wan Kenobi, we have the Grey Witch.
You took everything from me.
I don't even know who you are.
Who is their rock? Who is their leader? Who is Zapped in America? Okay, full disclosure, I actually love this man. This guy is fucking hilarious. Which is why I'll feel really bad roasting him. His name is Mustache Man 23, also known as Simon parentheses, Unk, close parentheses, comma, leader of Gen X.
I've got a message for Gen Z. I apologize. I apologize that your mama raised a little bitch.
Damn. This house is absolute booty cheeks. I don't know who the hell built this. This is the worst craftsmanship I have ever seen. The paint, the construction, the windows, and the location? Why'd they build this on top of a garbage dump? This is absolutely atrocious. Whoever built this definitely wears a green polo and a white construction hat. Hey, Gen X, instead of rising up, why don't you raise us up to the polls? That one was so bad. Please fucking cancel me. As much as Gen X loves to tell people that Gen Z are whiny little b****s, if we had these guys as parents, we must have turned out pretty tough. In all honesty though, I love Gen X because they're the ones who raised us. Yeah, they might have fucked up the economy and passed down generational trauma from their parents and have a very, very minor case of severe lead poisoning, but they're still just kids trying to figure it out, just like the rest of us. Also, if the leader of Gen X is watching this, I see that Titleist hat. I see that right there. I'd go golfing with you. Let's see if you can rip a drive as well as you can rip into us. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Yes, even you, Gen X, even you. And I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.